Yan. May pala ako. Game, start na tayo guys. Namasimulan natin itong exercises na donors. Okay? Number 1, a donation which takes effect upon the death of the donor. Baka nakakita ka agad ng donor's tax ka agad. Mali. Kasi mag-take effect lang daw upon the death of the donor. So it is a mortis causa transfer. At kapag mortis causa transfer, it is governed by the law on succession. At kapag governed by the law on succession, siyempre, it partakes of the nature of testamentary disposition. Kaya ang sagot, tama lahat. Yung tama lahat. Okay, next number. Number 2. Is there a difference between in the amount of tax paid for direct and indirect gifts? O baka malito ka. Ano ibig sabihin ng direct gift, sir? Ano yung indirect gift? By the way, no? Bago pala tayo tumuloy dyan, alam nyo ba na ang requisite ng isang valid donation? Dapat addict. Oy. Hindi totally addict na addict ha. Addict. A stands for dapat may acceptance. And the acceptance must be known by the donor. Di ba parang perfected eh. Siyempre hindi mahalaga na perfected lang, dapat completed. At kailan ako complete? Kapag may delivery. Whether actual or constructive delivery. Ano yung I? Ito yung isa sa mga mahalagang requisite para maging valid ang donation. Dapat may intent to donate. Yun. Dapat ginusto mo talagang mag-donate. Yun nga lang, magkakaroon tayo ng difference dito. Kasi ang intention for donation is required only for direct gifts. Meaning yung kapag magbibigay ka talaga ng walang consideration. No? Totally no consideration. No consideration. Kasi may indirect gift na tinatawag wherein hindi required ang intent. Ano example ng indirect gift? E di yung may consideration pero insufficient nga lang. Ayan yung transfer for insufficient consideration. Yan. Pero again, intent is only required as valid donation for direct gifts. And C, yung pinakamahalaga, syempre, hindi ka pwedeng mag-donate kung di mo kayang mag-donate. Di ba? Kaya nga you cannot give what you don't have. So C stands for what? The capacity of the donor, not the donia. So pwede ka bang mag-donate sa mga batang nasa tiyan pa lang ng nanay, bibigyan mo ng regalo? Ang sagot pwede kasi ang required na capacity, hindi kay doni, kay donor. Okay. At higit sa lahat, syempre di ka pwedeng mag-donate ang hindi naman sa iyo yung property. Kung rin mag-donate ka, galing din pala sa nakaw. Wait yun, ano ka ba? Diba? Ang tanong, may pinagkaiba ba ang amount na babayaran na donor's tax for direct and indirect gift? Ang sagot, wala. Walang pinagkaiba yan. Pareho sila ng tax rate, D. Both direct and indirect gifts are subject to the same tax rate. At anong tax rate ng donor's tax? It's 6%. No, kaya nga ang donor's tax po ay proportional na. Before train law, before train, progressive kapag magdo-donate sa mga relative within 4th degree of consanguinity. Tapos, proportional kapag sa strangers before train law. Pero starting train law, fixed rate na siya. Kasi. Is there an exempt gift for the donor's tax? Ang sagot, yes. Yan yung 250K na parang standard deduction niya. So letter B is our answer. Diba napakadali? Napakadali. Number 5. What is the basis for determining the tax payable for donor's tax? No? Ano ba ang natin dito? Formula sa donor's tax, no? Okay? Kapag magdo-donate on a single date, regardless kung ilang donation yan, no? Tandaan na, one date. Regardless kung 100 ang donation mo ng one date na yan, one donor's tax return lang yan, no? So, gross gift, less exempt gift. Ano yung mga example ng exempt gift na nabanggit ko kanina? Number 1, yung donation to government. Number 2, yung mga donation sa educational, charitable, religious, cultural, social welfare, accredited NGO, so on and so forth. Yung may 30% rule. Diba? Ano pang example niyan? Encumbrance assumed by Donnie. Diminution. At yung special law. Yan yung mga exempt gift. Okay? Pag pinag-add, binawas mo daw dyan, ang makukuha mo, net gift. XXX amount. O huwag kakalimutan. Baka pagka net gift times 6% ka agad, nawala na agad yung standard deduction na 250 na applicable sa resident or citizen and non-resident alien na doon. No? So, ang makuha dyan, taxable gift. At dyan ka palang mag-a-apply ng 6% na donor's tax. Yan ay kung one date lang. E paano kung the following month or the following day nag-donate ka ulit? Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, pag mag-compute ng donor's tax, balikan natin to. Ito na, accomplishing tax returns. A separate return shall be filed by each donor for each gift on different dates during the year, reflecting any previous net gifts. Yun. Diyan na papasok yung cumulative. O halimbawa, second date na, magdo-donate ka na ulit. So for the second donation, na different date, paano na ang formula ng donor's tax mo? Same pa rin, gross gift current period, less exempt gift for the current period, makukuha mo ang net gift. At ito na, kukulayan ko ng blue para alam mo, add prior net gift ng previous donation mo. Cumulative ulit ha, from the very start. You will get now the total net gift. Siyempre, bawasan mo ulit ng 250, you will get the taxable gift. At pag nakuha mo na yung taxable gift, kunin ang donor's tax due by multiplying it to 6%. At dahil cumulative yan, siyempre, nabayaran mo na yung unang donation. Diba? Less donor's tax already paid. Parang income tax ng mga kapatid, di ba pag nag-cumulative ka on quarterly basis, binabawas mo yung tax na binayaran na on the first prior quarters, no? And now you will get the donor's tax payable. Yon ang ini-emphasize natin dyan. Okay? So, what is the basis for determining the tax payable? Ang sagot po is the total value of all gifts made during the calendar year. It's letter bold. Number 6, is there a difference in tax rates depending on the relationship between, kakabanggit ko lang, before train law, sure ako magkaiba yan. Kasi pag relative, proportional, pag stranger, proportional. Pero starting train law, wala na. Pareho na silang 6%. Ba, napakadali ng buhay? Number 7. Ito na. Regarding sa contribution na covered ng election code. Ano ba ang covered nito? Lahat ba ng ibibigay mo sa mga political party or coalition or sa mga kung ano-ano man? Ang sagot, yes. Both cash and in-kind po yan. Walang distinction. Okay? Yun nga lang, meron ba tayong limit sa amount? Ang sagot, wala pong limit sa amount. Ang limit lang normally nito ay yung timing at saka kung paano i-utilize. No? Walang limit sa amount, pero may limit po tayo sa timing at kung kailan dapat ito gamitin. Yan, discuss natin ngayon. Maglagay tayo ng rule. Donation, general rule. Tama. Donation to political parties. General rule. Kapag silent ang problem at hindi nabanggit ang mga indicator, syempre taxable donation yan. No question asked. Diba? Taxable donation yan. Kailan lang siya magiging except pag pumasok sa exception? Ano ba yung mga exception? Number one, it is donated during campaign period. At ang campaign period, mga kapatid, yan po ay ina-announce ng COMELEC, may timeline yan. Kaya nagtataka ako sa mga political parties, especially yung orange, na di ko nababanggitin pangalan, I believe kilala nyo to, na uitang kita nyo agad, mag-iingat po kayo. Oh, may mukha agad, wala pang eleksyon. O nanalo siya ngayon, di ko nababanggitin pangalan, orange yun eh. Ba, wala pang campaign period, may mga mukha na sa paligid. Di ba dapat may donors tax? Oo, kasi ang requirement dapat during campaign period, not before, not after, kundi during campaign period. And it is announced by COMELEC. Pangalawa, the campaign proceeds must be fully utilized. Ito yung pinaka-actually tinatanong ko sa buong buhay ko. Problema pa pala ni donor na hindi maubos yung campaign contribution na binigay mo. Di ba, halimbawa, binigyan ko ng 200,000 si Leni Robredo para tumakbo as presidente sa 2028. Kunyari lang, no? Tapos kunyari, during campaign period, dapat pala si Leni, maubos niya yung 200K, it must be fully utilized. No? Parang, pag di daw kasi na-utilize yun, matataksan ka pa. Parang, problema ko pa pala, wala, nakalagay ito sa election code, wala tayong magagawa. Okay? Sundin natin, batas ito Tayo naman ay hindi naman tayo nagawa ng batas. Kongreso ang nagawa ng batas. Sa Kongreso, tayo lang ay taga-interpret. No? Kung gusto nyo i-challenge ang validity niyan, punta kayo sa Supreme Court, palatag kayo ng petition to review. Ba? Pero dapat po, again, it must be fully utilized. Pangatlo, it must be reported in the COMELEC. Through SOSE. Ano yung SOSE? Statement of Campaign Expenses. Expenditures, no? Papakita mo yung mga yan. Again, kailangan lahat masatisfied, no? At kapag nasatisfy lahat yan, ibig sabihin, exempted ka na sa donor's tax on donation to political parties, no? Pero as to limitations of amount, wala. Kahit 2 milyon pa ibigay mo dyan. Wala po tayong limitation. Ano pa yung limitation sa, actually hindi nga amount, no? Ano pa yung, kasi amount yung tinatanong dito Ang limit natin is utilization and yung timeline. At saka kung sino yung magdo-donate. Ngayon kasi, under the revised corporation code, no, domestic corporations can now donate to political parties. Ang bawal po, foreign corporations, no? Maigwit yan na sinabi ng bansa. Letter A is our answer. Number 9, what is the purpose of taxing transfers? Ito na, ano the purpose ba tayo nag-tax ng TFIC or ng transfer for insufficient consideration? Kasi nga, to prevent the avoidance of taxes through undervaluing property transfers, no? Ewan ko lang kung naalala nyo pa yung topic nyo sa loans list na simulated sales. Ayan, related yan dyan, no? Yung absolute saka relative simulation. Dyan papasok yan Pinapalabas mo na contract of donation, contract of sale naman pala, or pinapalabas mo na contract of sale, pero nagdo-donate ka naman pala. Nakalagay sa deed of sale mo, 200K, pero ito ang valuation ng property, 4 na milyon. Diyos ko, halatang halata, obvious na obvious nagdo-donate ka. No? Number 10, what types of property are covered under the donor's tax? Lahat. Both real and personal property, di ba? Kasama lahat. Number 11, when is a transfer for insufficient consideration, when is a transfer of property considered to be adequate or full in money or money's worth? No? Kailan ba masabing bona fide ang sale? Yun. Bona fide. Kasi adequate Pag sinabi natin bona fide, ang English translation yan, in good faith. No? In good faith. Ibig sabihin lang nito, nagbebenta ka ng wala kang tinatago. Kailan ka ba nagbibenta na walang tinatago? Kapag ito ay in the course of trade or business. Letter C is our answer. O, di ba? Alalahanin niyo kanina, yung dealer ng sasakyan. O, yung dealer ng sasakyan, in example ko, 2 milyon, walang manap na bayad. Binabaan niya, ginawa niyang 1.5. O sir, di ba dapat may TFIC doon? 2 million less 1.5, 500K. Dapat yan indirect gift subject to donor's tax. Wala nga. Nireiterate ng batas kasi part yan ng court. Part ng pagbebenta yung pag-negotiate ng presyo, no? Number 12, What is the consequence of transferring property for less than an adequate and full consideration? Ang sagot po, it is subject to donor's tax. Indirect gift ang tawag dyan, deemed gift. No? The difference between the fair market value and the consideration or the selling price. C is our answer. And what is meant by fair market value in donor's tax? Ang sagot po is letter B. No? The value of the property as determined by professional appraisers. 14. Who is eligible to receive gifts exempt from tax? Pag nag-donate ka sa government, automatic ba na exempted? O national government, nakakita ko. Sinabi ko na kanina, hindi siya automatic. Dapat ang government ay performing governmental function and not conducted for profit. Mali agad yung A kasi conducted for profit. How about private corporations? Taxable yan, hindi yan exempted. Foreign governments, unless may treaty, exempted yan. Pero kung walang treaty, nag-donate ka lang sa foreign government, taxable yan. Kaya ang sagot ay letter B. Ano ibig sabihin ng not conducted for profit? Ito marami ditong nami-mislead, no, sa not conducted for profit. Ibig sabihin ba ng not conducted for profit, dapat hindi nag-generate ng income? Mali yun. Nag-generate ka pa rin ng income. Example niyan, yung mga non-stock non-profit na school, UST. O, di ba, UST, NU, at kung ano pang mga school. Di ba may income yun? Yung mga tuition fee na binabayad sa miscellaneous fee, o income yun. Ibig sabihin mo, dapat walang tuition fee para makonsider na non-conducted for profit. Mali ka. Ang sinasabi lang nito, may kinikita yung school, pero yung kinikita ng school or ng anumang entity na yon, hindi nakikinabang ang mga individual member and stockholders. Ang nakikinabang po ay yung buong school, not the stockholders, not individual stockholders. So letter B is our answer. Tandaan na, pag sinabing not conducted for profit, kumikita ka pa rin. Yun nga lang, wala kang binibigay sa mga members or stockholders. What type of gifts are exempt from taxation? Educational lang ba? Charitable lang ba? Religious? Actually, ang dami na, di ba? O, say natin kung kaya mo memorya, educational, charitable, religious, cultural, social welfare, accredited NGO, trust, philanthropic, research. O, di ba siya? Lahat yon. Yun nga lang, syempre, may clause doon. Ano yung clause doon? Number 17. Maximum na pwedeng gamitin is not more than 30% shall be used for administration purposes. So, letter B. What is the, naulit lang yung non-profit na term. Okay? Not conducted or non-profit, pareho lang po, it's letter B. Ano naman ibig sabihin ng non-stock? O, di ba? Ibig sabihin pag non-stock, wala ka talagang shares of stocks. No? Walang shares of stocks na nare-receive. Letter A. Kasi di ba pag mga non-stock non-profit, nabubuhay lang yung mga entity na yun through donations and contributions, not by capital contribution and sharing of stocks. Wala silang ganun. No? A. Number 19, alam mo to. The gift is completed from the moment the donor already knows the acceptance of the donee. Baka mali. Baka mali ba talaga? Mali ka mo talaga, hindi lang basta baka, mali talaga. If you know the acceptance of the donee, anong tawag doon? Perfected. Ang tawag doon. Completed kapag may delivery. So, what's ito? Donor's tax is a personal tax. The liability cannot be shifted from the donor of the donee. Isa-isayin natin kung bakit mali talaga itong statement po. Donor's tax is not a personal tax. Isa lang ang example ng personal tax, no? Ang tawag pa dyan, poll tax, capitation tax. For all personal capitation tax. Kasi ang object nito is the residence of the taxpayer, no? Whether you are engaged in trade or business or not. Okay, ano example nito? Community tax certificate or cedula. Hindi naman cedula ang donor's tax. Ito ay hindi rin property tax. Ito ay privilege or excise tax. The right to transmit by the donor, no? At tama rin ba na the liability cannot be shifted from the donor to the donee? Pwede, internal nga lang. Pero sa mata ng batas, ang liable pa rin kung magkaroon ng deficiency si donor. So, false po pareho. Sagot, false, letter doon. Next one. 21. The stipulated condition in revocable. O, pag sabing revocable, nabigay mo na, babawiin pag hindi na-meet yung condition. O, say mo na itong ballpen ko, pag bumagsak ka, Akin na yan, ibalik mo. Anong tawag doon? Hindi suspensive kasi yung suspensive, pag nangyari pa lang saka ibibigay. Ang resolutory, yan ang tama. Nabigay mo na, pag hindi niya na-meet, babawiin mo. Resolutory condition. Okay? In 2024, F. Marcos gave a loan of 250K to S220. Oh, wala akong binabanggit na pangalan ha, is secretary. In 20, nangutang si 220 kay Marcos, 250K. Grabe, no? Buti ba kung 250K lang eh. Charles lang. In 2025, as an act of generosity, out of gratuity, naawa, or parang habag. Why naman ibig sabihin ng act of generosity? Nahabag, naawa, or kung ano man. Marcos condoned the utang through his last will and testament. O yan na, maliwanag. Kinondon na nakalagay sa last will and testament. At namatay siya noong 2026. Uy, manunostra ata. The condonation of debt is anong uri, saan subject? Ay discuss natin yan. Ang topic natin dito ay condonation of debt. O nagpatawag ng utang. Maraming impact yan. Number one, if you condone your debt out of gratuity at pareho pa kayong buhay, no? It is an inter vivos transfer. But if you condone it out of gratuity ulit, but this time, in the last will and testament, it is mortis causa, and subject to estate tax. What if you condone your debt because meron kang service in exchange, you perform service, o may utang ang 250K, no? Ang gagawin natin, gawin mo assignment ko for 6 months, gawin mo thesis ko, gawin mo yung FISIB ko. Diba? At pag nagawa mo yan, bayad na utang mo. Diba? Ibig sabihin lang yan, may kapalit. Hindi na siya inter vivos, hindi na siya transfer tax, hindi na siya gratuitous transfer, onerous transfer na to. At kapag onerous transfer, it may be subject to income tax. Na payment of income, kasi may kapalit income tax. Or pwedeng business tax kung yan ay engage in trade or business. Number 4, what if you condone the debt, but the debtor is the stockholder and the creditor is the corporation? Yan, matinding example to. This time, out of gratuity ulit, no? Out of a board resolution. Halimbawa, A is a stockholder of ABC Corporation holding 40% of the said shares. Now, may utang si A, di ba? Tapos si company through board reso or through company management initial, yung 400K na utang niya, pinatawad na. Out of gratuity yun, ha? Out of memo. Wala siyang pinerform na service, pinatawad lang basta-basta. Now, I have a question. What will be the tax impact if the stockholder is the debtor and the creditor is the corporation? It is neither inter vivos nor payment of income tax, but it is considered an indirect dividend. Diba kasi ang stockholder may right to dividend? Hindi para kung nakakuha ng pera kahit wala pang declaration ng dividend. Diba normally ang dividend nakukuha lang kapag may mga declaration na, may appropriated retained earnings, nag-declare, nakasama ka, na-receive mo, meron kang right to earn ng declaration. Yun nga lang, nauna na yung pera bago yung declaration. Hindi indirect dividend yung tawag doon. Hence, it is subject to final tax on dividends. At ano final tax on dividends? Depende, di ba? 10% kung resident citizen, NRC or RA. 20% kung NRA-NETB ka or 25% kung NRA-NETB ka. Naalala pa? Very good to naalala pa. And number 5, what if baliktad? Si corporation naman po ang may utang, ang nagpautang si stockholder. Siyempre hindi na dividend to. Kasi ang nangutang si corporation, ang nagpautang si stockholder. Ano bang obligasyon ni stockholder kay corporation? Ba? Ang obligasyon niya, mamuhunan. Para pag namuhunan si stockholder, magkaka-dividend. Since nakuha ni corporation yung pera, yung advances, no? Advances to stockholders. Advances from pala. Tama to, advances to stockholders. Kung sa point of view ni corporation, advances to stockholders, no? Due to stockholders. Yan, halimbawa, di na binayaran, kinundon through, ano na lang, gratuity ni stockholder. Hindi ulit yan inter-vivos. Hindi ulit yan income tax. At mas lalong hindi final tax on dividends yan. Kasi hindi indirect dividend yan. Ang tawag dyan ay capital contribution. Kasi si corporation nakakuha na siya ng pera. At i-convert na lang niya yung advances to equity. At anong meron kapag namuhunan ng stockholder? E di syempre, pag nanuhunan, nag-infuse ka ng pera. Pag nag-infuse ka ng pera, i-issuean ka ng shares of stocks. At pag nag-issue ng shares of stocks, may DST on shares. Yun ang mga impact kapag nag-condone ng utang. Eh dito, kinondone, nakalagay sa last will and testament. Eh dito ay mortis causa, letter 2. O di ba, dami kong nakwento sa inyo sa isang problem lang. Sabi sa inyo, sulit yan case eh. Makinig lang kayo. O 23. Donation between husband and wife during marriage is valid as long as it is a moderate gift. That is true. Ang rule po natin dito, actually dito ata yun sa taas, no? Hanapin lang natin. Ang rule natin dito, bawal mag-donate ng mag-asawa, void yon. Ayan no, nandito po yun sa taas. Saan na yun? Ayan no, number 7. Donation between husband and wife or the spouses shall be void. General rule, void. Except kung ang dinonate ay moderate gifts. Pag sinabi natin moderate gifts, literal moderate lang. Katamtaman lang. Hindi siya yung OA, no? Which the spouse may give each other on the occasion of family rejoicing. Kaya halimbawa lang, mga anniversary gift, nagbigay ng mga iPhone 17, mga ganyan lang. No, moderate gifts lang yun, no? And again, what dictates the moderate, no? Moderate. Ano ang nagdinig ng pagiging moderate ng isang gift? Professional judgment na yan. Normally sa board exam, makikita nyo kwento yan. Example, multi-billionaire na mister, nagbigay kay Mrs. ng 1 million. Is that moderate gift or not? Moderate yun. 1 million, multi-billionaire ka, tapos nag-donate ka lang ng 1 million sa asawa mo. Malamang void na void yun. Ay, void na void. Valid na valid yun kasi moderate gift lang naman yun. Okay? Ilang porsyento lang yung 1 million sa 1 billion? Wala pa atang 1%. Di ba? Kaya yan, 1, ilang zero yung 1 billion. Ayun no, 369. O, times 0.01. O, di ba wala pang 1%? Ang 1% ng 1 billion, 10 million. No? 0.01 pa. Moderate talaga yun, immaterial. Kaya again general rule, void ang donation ng mag-asawa. Pero exception, valid kapag moderate gifts on account of family rejoicing. So since ang sinasabi ng problem is valid as long as moderate gift, true statement yan. Statement 2, donations cannot be made to conceive or unborn children. That is false. Kasi pwede kang mag-donate, di ba? Kahit na walang capacity si Donnie, ang record na may capacity, si donor, hindi si Donnie. So true, false tayo, letter boy ang ating kasagot. 24. During the effectivity of create law, donors are no longer classified as strangers or non-strangers in relation to the donor. Ang sagot mga kapatid, false pa din. Bakit? Hindi naman create law ang nagdikta kung bakit, hindi naman create law ang nagdikta na wala ng stranger and non-stranger. It's train, not create. So false yan. And encumbrance on the property donated if assumed by Donnie. Diba tama lang naman na si Donnie ang nag-a-assume. Kasi nga, when you transfer ownership, you transfer the risks and rewards attached to the property. So kapag si Donnie ang nag-assume, dapat deductible. Eh sinabi non-deductible, mali yan. Non-deductible kung si donor ang nag-assume. Eh si Donnie ang nag-assume, dapat deductible. So, 25. Statement 1, the valuation methods used for estate tax is almost the same with the donor's tax. Yes, ang pinagkaiba lang ulit is the timing. Because estate tax is using fair market value at the date of death, and donor's tax is using fair market value at the time of donation. So true statement ito. Meanwhile, statement 2, conjugal donations are considered one-off donations Yan, ito maganda pag-usapan. Paano kung i-donate na ng mag-asawa, silang may-ari? No, halimbawa, sa mga normally, sa mga property, mga lupa, ang may-ari niyan si Mrs. and si Mr. nakalagay sa titulo. Mr. X and Mr. Y Cruz. O kunyari ganon. Basahin natin itong number 3 ng page 4. If the gift involves conjugal or common property, each spouse shall file a separate return. Kasi nga, sila po ay separate taxpayers. Nasa taas din yan, I believe, nabanggit din sa taas yan. Ayan po guys. Ayun, the husband and wife are considered separate taxpayers for donors tax purposes. Hence, halimbawa, idodonate na nila yung kanilang bahay sa kanilang anak worth 2 million pesos. Ang ibig sabihin lang nito, 1 million lalabas sa donors tax ni husband as gross gift, 1 million naman ang lalabas as gross gift ni wife. Tigkalahati sila sa kanilang anak. Separate donors tax return. And by the way, ano ulit ang donors tax return? Anong BIR form? Baka lang nakalimutan nyo na. Again, basta transfer tax, 18 ha. At kung nakakalimutan mo na, let zero be life. Pag dalawa ang buhay, edi inter vivos yan, donors tax yan. Pag isang buhay, isa patay na, straight line na kasi papuntang langit or nakahiga na sa impyerno, estate tax yan. So 1800 yan, para makita nyo, ayan, 1800. Donors tax return. Okay? So, conjugal donations are considered one of donations of the respective husband and wife. That is true. So, both statements are true. Letter A. Okay, lapit na guys. So, number 26. Where real property is considered as capital asset is transferred during lifetime for less than and adequate full consideration. Yung excess daw ng fair market value over the selling price shall be deemed gift. O, unahan ko na kayo. RP, CA, binenta, kahit na less than fair market value, deemed gift ba ang difference? Ang sagot, false. Kakabanggit ko lang sa lecture kanina, di ba? Lahat applicable ng TFIC maliban sa RPCA. Kasi ang RPCA, kahit ibenta mo ng palugi niyan, ang taxation niyan is whichever is higher between the fair market value or the selling price. CGT pa rin ang mag-a-apply, so false. At ang donation inter vivos statement to na po ko are governed by the provisions of Oblicon. The answer is true. Tandaan mga kapatid, ang donors tax ay combination ng Oblicon at ng NIRC. Ang NIRC lang naman sa donors tax, yung computation mismo, yung gross gift, yung exempt gift. What dictates the validity of the donation? It's not taxation, it's Oblicon. Yung kanina mga statute of frauds, ng mga statute of limitations para maging valid ang isang valid ang isang gift, di ba may formality na public document, more than 5K, kailangan in writing na Oblicon ang sasagot lang. Kaya ang sagot po natin ito ay false true. At 27, if the value of the movable is 5,000 or more, the donation and acceptance must be in writing, otherwise the donation is void. Maraming mabubulag dito, ang sasagot ay true. Pero ang sagot po dito ay false. Hindi po 5,000 or more ang threshold na binanggit ko, dapat more than 5K. Magkaiba ang more than 5K sa 5,000 or more. Bakit? Sa more than 5K, hindi kasama yung saktong 5K. Magsisimula yan sa 5,000 pesos and 1 cent. 5,000 pesos and 1 centavos. O, di ba? More than 5K yun. Or 5,001. Magkaiba, again, kasi ang mathematical symbol nito, ganito. Ito ba ang requirement kanina? Hindi. Ito dapat ang threshold. Not it or but it. So, false po tayo. Dapat more than 5,000, not 5,000 or more. So, statement 2, regardless of the value of immovable property donated, the donation and acceptance must be in writing even if not notarized. Mali po yan. Kasi ang requirement natin pag immovable, dapat public o instrument. And anong requirement para maging public instrument? Dapat notarized. So, false pareho. So, 28 is a board exam question po. Maganda. Kapag aralan natin, board exam question to eh. A donation which is intended by the donor to take effect during his lifetime. Oh, donation during lifetime. Inter vivos, check na agad. Check natin yung A and B. Baka tama din eh. Kasi may all of the above. Oh. Say natin. Tama ba ang letter B? It shall be in writing if the value exceeds 5,000. Ang sagot ko, mali po. Sir, bakit? Paano kung real property yan? Di ba ang real property, regardless of value, it must be in writing at lalo pa na dapat notarize yan. At saka din naman binanggit kung anong dinonate, yung real property or personal property. So medyo vague yung letter B. At kapag vague, hindi siya true. Di ba? It shall be in writing if the value exceeds 5,000. Kung personal property, paano kung real property? Diba? At mali rin yung letter A. You know why? If subject do sa donor's tax, kung lalampas ng 250K, paano kung nag-donate ka nga sa government kanina at saka sa mga accredited NGO, tapos pumasok dun sa rule ng not more than 30% for admin purposes. Di ba kahit 2 milyon yun, exempted pa rin siya sa donor's tax. Kasi nga exempt gift siya. No? So, it's mali ito. Diba sa board exam, ang marami sumagot ng dog niyan. Pero ang totoong sagot ng letter C po dapat. Lumabas yan ng board exam guys ha. Be careful. Huwag magmadali magbasa. Sulitin ang kada oras pag ganito. No? So lagay mo dito sa letter E, kaya siya na mali. What if donated to religious, charitable, cultural, social welfare, accredited NGO, trust, philanthropic, research. Di ba? Wala pa tayo ng isa. Nakalimutan ko na. Trust, philanthropic. Basta yun na yun. Kompleto naman yan eh. Ayun. Ano pala? Cultural, no? Educational, charitable. Ay, educational pa na iwanan ko. Educational pala. Ayan. Kompleto na. Kahit more than 250 pa yan, exempted pa rin yan. O 29, konti na lang guys, oh. Tapos, separate video na lang po tayo for the computation na para di maubos yung oras. O 29, dowries. Ano yung dowry? Binibigay ito sa mga kaibigan. Alam ko, may mga ganito tayong ano, no? Hindi ko lang alam sa religion to or ano. Kasi sa mga Muslim, alam ko may nagbibigay, ang required ang dowry pag ikakasal ng babae. Bibigyan ni soon-to-be husband, si soon-to-be wife ng dowry ng pera on account of marriage para as proof na kaya niyang buhayin yung babae pag naghiwalay. No? Anyways, dowry is a gift on account of marriage. Tama ba na ang dowry on account of marriage is exempt from donor's tax? Alam mo, totoo yan before train law. This is true. Before train law. Up to 10K nga lang. Pero syempre, hindi na tayo train law ngayon eh. Lagpas tayo ng train law. Then, mix up yung thoughts ko. Lagpas tayo ng train law ngayon eh. Before 2018, that is true. But starting 2018, ang dowry po ay wala na, hindi na natin napag-usapan kanina eh. Diba? Nagsimula agad tayo sa government, educational, religious, charitable, diba? So therefore, ang dowries po ay hindi na exempt, hence taxable na yan. Kaya false yan. Ang dowry on account of marriage, or dowry or gifts on account of marriage, exempted yan up to 10K before train law. But starting train law, taxable na yan. At statement 2, ito na, si educational, charitable, religious, cultural, social welfare, accredited NGO, trust, philanthropic, research. Komisado ko na. Dapat kayo rin ha, educational, charitable, religious, cultural, social welfare, accredited NGO, trust, philanthropic, research. Exempted yan, basta, maraming magtuturo dyan. Kasi nakita lang agad yung word na not, nakakita lang agad yung 30%. Anong threshold natin dyan? Di ba dapat not more than? Ibig sabihin dapat ang mathematical symbol, yan ito. To be true ha, to be true. Not less than, ganito yung mathematical symbol niyan eh. Mali yan. So false statement to. Dapat not more than, hindi not less than. So false pareho, ang sagot ay letter do. Okay? Skip muna natin tong dalawang problem solving. Number 31 na tayo. With regard to campaign condition, nabanggit ko na ito kanina. Alin dito ang mali? Ang sagot po ay letter A. O, di ko napapahabain pa. Bakit mali yung letter A? Di ba nga ito yung gusto ko ma-question sa election code kaso di ko rin matanong-tanong, di ba? Pag hindi mo daw na fully utilize yung donation, it is not exempt but subject to donor's tax. Nakalagay kasi dito, unutilized or exempt excess campaign funds is exempt from donor's tax. No, it is taxable po, yung excess. Okay, tama po yung letter B. Dapat po yung campaign contributions is exempt from income tax basta utilized to cover the expenditure. O, di ba? Pag fully utilized, exempted. Pero pag may unutilized, taxable kay donor. Kawawa naman si donor. No? At kung sino man yung nanalong kandidato na hindi nag-file sa COMELEC ng SOSE or ng Statement of Campaign Expenditures, ako po automatically precluded for claiming such expenditure as deductions from his campaign contributions. No? And syempre, ito yung matindi. Halimbawa, hindi niya naubos ni political party. Binigyan ko ng 2M, kunyari lang si ano. Na nga, ayoko magbang. O, dito lang si ABC. O si A. Ngayon si A. Binulsan niya. Kunyari, 2 million, binigay ko sa kanya. Ang nagamit niya lang 1 million sa mga campaign materials niya. Tapos yung 1 million, di niya na inubos. Binulsan na lang niya. O, wala. Kung binulsan niya yun, edi nagkaroon ng unjust enrichment, edi na-earn niya yung income, taxable na sa kanya yun. So it is subject to ITR on the donee or on the political party. This is true. True. Ang false lang po dyan ay yung letter A. Okay? Actually, kaya na pala natin ito. I-post natin mamaya after, basta sa computation. No? Again, 34 before EOPT. A deed of donation was executed by Mr. Martinez. Siya ang donor kasi siya nag-execute ng deed. In favor of Brody, siya ang donee, resident of UC. Mr. Brody executed the deed of acceptance. O, di ba? Deed of donation kay donor, deed of acceptance kay donee. Nag-execute si Donnie, si Brody sa Quezon City. Saan dapat ipafile ang donor's tax return before EOPT? Tignan mo yung BIR Form 1800. Ano napapansin mo? Anong required na registered address? Registered address nino? Ni donor. Therefore, anong requirement saan dapat i-file? Sa residence ni donor, hindi kay donor. It's letter A. That is before EOPT. Because starting EOPT, you can file and pay anywhere. Whether kay Manila pa yan, kay Quezon, or kahit saan pa, kay Las Piñas, Tagig, at kung ano-ano pa. At kung saan-saan pa. Kasi yun ang essence ng Isa Paying Taxes Act. You can file and pay anywhere. Dati kasi kung saan ka lang registered or kung saan ka required ng batas magbayad, doon ka lang magbabayad bawat sa ibang lugar. 35. One of the following gift is subject to donor's tax. Is revocable donation subject to donor's tax? Ang sagot, hindi. Kasi hindi pa na-meet yung condition. At pag revocable donation, ang inaalala mo dyan, that is resolutory in nature. Ibig sabihin na transfer ng possession, ng ownership, hindi pa kasi hindi pa na-meet yung condition. Give to Philippine government, that is exempt. Maliwanag na maliwanag yan. As long as not conducted for profit, Philippine government naman to. Donation and contribution of debt, not subject to donor's tax, but to estate tax. Kaya ang sagot dyan, letter A, give to foreign government, subject to donor's tax. Unless yung binigyan mo na foreign government ay pasok sa treaty, no? 36, which of the following may constitute taxable donation? O general renunciation, kakabanggit ko lang kanina. Si wife, renounce niya yung share niya sa net distributable estate in favor of X, Y, and Z. Equally distributed, walang favoritism. That is exempt from donor's tax. Exempt. Cancellation of stockholders. Indebtedness by the court. Tingnan mo, sino may utang? Cancellation of, ang may utang si stockholder. Inondoni Corporation. That is not subject to donor's tax because that is an indirect dividend. Kapag indirect dividend, subject to final tax on dividends. Diba? How about letter A, compromise and settlement? So, halimbawa, yung mag-asawa, naghiwalay, divorce, nag-annulment, na-void na yung marriage. Tapos ngayon, nagbawian ng property. Yung dating, kasi nagkaroon ng court order na, ikaw, A, halimbawa, nasa yung apartment, ay yung bahay, tapos nakaibi yung kotse. Diba? Drawing tayo para mas maganda. Nakay A. Kunyari kasal si A and B, lagyan din ng broken hearted. Kasi nga, naghiwalay eh. Ngayon, currently, si A, nasa kanya yung bahay. na kay B yung car. Ngayon nasabi ng korte, nako hindi, baliktad. Dapat kay B yung house at kay A yung car. So, nagsaluan ng property, is that a donation? Ang sagot, hindi. Ba't hindi donation yan? Malamang no intent to donate. Di ba ang requirement natin para maging, kasi direct donation to, hindi naman to indirect eh. Hindi naman to transfer for insufficient consideration eh. Di ba ang requirement natin sa direct gift dapat may intent to donate? Ito wala naman tong intent to donate eh. Therefore, no donor's tax. Kaya ang pinakatamang sagot sa number 36 is dog. Payment made to the satisfied heir who was not legally enforceable right. Di ba? Wala ka naman palang enforceable rights, tapos binigyan mo siya ng yung dissatisfied heir daw. Kasi hindi niya daw nakuha yung niya. Yung kunyari, ang ina-expect niya makuha niya 300,000 sa mana, ang nakuha niya lang 200K. Pero wala naman siyang wala naman, ang rason lang naman, tawag dito, mali example din. Halimbawa lang, required na manahin niya 300K. Hindi nakakuha siya ng 300K. Eh sabi niya, ba't 300K lang akin? Eh di ba dapat bla bla bla. Sa rason-rason pa siya. Wala naman siyang legal rights to receive more than 300K. Pero syempre, naawa ka sa kanya, binigyan mo siya ng additional 200K. Yun, taxable donation yun. Ha? Kasi nakuha naman niya yung required share niya doon sa mana niya eh parang di lang siya satisfied. So dapat 500K, isa ko yung pangalan, ako pinaka-pogi, bla bla bla, CGC. Wala ka namang enforceable rights. Dissatisfied ka lang. Nakuha mo na yung mandatory share mo. Ayun, donation yun. Therefore, this is our right. 37, saan nga applicable ang reciprocity ng NRA? Intangible, within. Hindi ko napapabahin pa. 38. For the last cut ng video natin para matuloy natin yung exercises, no? Yung pangalan nito, yung problems, no? Alin daw dito ang subject sa donor's tax o transfer of property for adequate and full financial consideration. E di bona fide sale yan. Pag bona fide sale, no donor's tax. O cancellation of debt o pinatawad ang utang, bakit? Ay may kapalit na serbisyo eh. E di payment of income yan kasi may yan eh. Hindi gratuitous ang transfer, onerous ang transfer. So income tax yan. All the properties of husband and wife, all the properties of husband are given as a gift to wife during marriage. Nako, generally void nga yan eh. Unless moderate gifts para masadig sa donor's tax, di ba? Kaya pinakatamang sagot is letter dog. Share of one heirs which was renounced in favor of another heir. No? So dog is our answer. Again, a last commercial break para sa ating problem solving. No?